Students, today I am going to discuss with you a very important issue as our finance minister at the time of budget. When she is producing the budget in parliament, she is repeatedly saying that due to high investment in infrastructure, high investment or more investment in infrastructure, as you know, during the budget 2023-24, our government allocate how much? Roundabout, that is 10.5 lakh crore rupees. Lakh crore rupees for the development of infrastructure, and after then they clear the parliament that these kinds of investment through the crowding in effect will increase the employment opportunities in our economy. Because as you know, opposition always cry for the lack of employment opportunities, increasing unemployment in Indian economy. They are raising this issue continuously since 2014 onward, but the common student unable to understand the meaning of this crowding out. That is why today I select this topic for the explanation of a student. Now you understand what is the meaning of crowding out effect or crowding in effect. Prior to understand this concept, if a layman language of I speak in simply, if government expenditure is more than income, which is known as generally fiscal deficit, and if government managing this fiscal deficit through market borrowing or commercial bank borrowing, market borrowings, these market borrowings by decreasing money supply in the market, whereas the money demand remaining the constant in the market, the rate of interest, what it do? The rate of interest in the market will increase, which will decrease the private sector investment, and in this way, output, employment, and national income. This phenomena, decreasing private sector investment, is known as crowding out effect. Crowding out effect. One point is clear. What is the crowding out effect? Secondly, if government is spending more money on capital sector, or you can say in the construction of road, etc., then what happened in the economy? That extra expenditure, by increasing the productive potentiality of the economy and by increasing the money supply, because if this deficit managed by the government from RBI and they are increasing the more money supply in the market in comparison to money demand, then it will reduce the investment one side, other side it will increasing the profit possibilities in the market. In this way, private sector investment will increase and increase the what? Output, employment, and national income. This is known as crowding crowding in effect. Crowding in effect. Now you are very clear about the meaning of crowding out, crowding in simple and very simplest method. Now I will explain its technicalities, what is the meaning of crowding out and why it happened, with the help of theory. With the help of theory. You know, there are the two areas of the economy. One is monetary area, other is fiscal area. Fiscal area. Monetary area or monetary economics deals with money demand and money supply. Fiscal area deals with public expenditure and public income. Public income and public expenditure. One point is clear: public expenditure, that the two area in our economy, they deal separate area. Our RBI, Reserve Bank of India, deals in monetary market. Our finance ministry deals in which one? That is fiscal area. Now you are clear. I explained separately what is the monetary area and how it going to influence the market. Similarly, what is the fiscal area and how it going to influence the market of our economy. After then you can understand easily. First I take the monetary area or monetary policy of RBI. Monetary area. Consider money demand is the function of rate of interest and level of income. If you go through the theoretical area of money demand, I explain it with the help of a diagram and you can understand there is the concept of LM curve. What is the LM curve? You have to understand that is the first money demand and money level of income. This is the demand for money with level of income, or you can say liquidity preference. This is the rate of interest and this is the money demand. Means if money demand rate of interest is low, money demand will increase and vice versa. Means rate of interest is high, money demand will decrease. In this direction, if you take the 2 point, this is say high rate of interest RH, the money demand is only OMD, and if the rate of interest is very low, say RL, then money demand will be very high MDH, that is the high money demand. One point is clear that the demand for money is inversely related to the rate of interest, but it is directly related to the level of income. Means as the income will increase, say this is 100 rupees income, say this is 200 rupees income, our money demand also increase LP to LP dash. Again, if the level of income increase say 300 rupees, then the money demand also increase LP to double dash. Now you are clear about the one concept, what is the money demand. Now consider the money supply. Money supply generally determined in the economy by whom? Reserve Bank of India, and it depends on the conditions of a nation and it is always constant at a point of time which is determined by the RBI. Suppose this is rate of interest and this is money supply. In this direction money supply will increase, in this direction money demand will decrease. It is perfectly inelastic curve, means the money supply at a point of time remaining constant which is determined by the RBI. Now point is clear. Come on the third point. On the basis of these two curve, you can derive the liquidity demand and supply curve. How we can derive? Now consider this diagram. Suppose this is the money supply determined by the RBI and say this is the level of income with increasing money demand. As the income increase, Y to Y dash, Y double dash, money demand also increase, LP to LP dash, LP double dash. In this way, the equilibrium point are E dash, E double dash, E double dash. In this way, this is the rate of interest R, this is the rate of interest R dash, this is the rate of interest R double dash. If I plot a diagram with respect of income level and rate of interest, suppose this is the rate of interest, say this is the level of income, level of income. As the income level is increasing, you can see here that is Y national income, Y dash national income, Y double dash national income. At Y dash national income, rate of interest is R and equilibrium at this point, that is the point E. Second point which you have to understand, if the level, that is the point of E, if the level of income increase Y dash, then rate of interest also increase R dash. This is say R dash, this is say level of income. Now the equilibrium will be at E dash point. Similarly, if the level of income increase say Y double dash, that is Y double dash, then the rate of interest also increase to R double dash, R double dash. The equilibrium between two will be at E double dash point. If we integrate these points, this is known as LM curve. Means the curve LM represent equilibrium between demand and supply. Now think, if due to more capital expenditure by the government of India, liquidity or money supply in the system is increasing, then the curve MS will shift MS to MS dash, and now the equilibrium point also shift E double dash point, E dash point, and E point. In this way, rate of interest with same level of income. High level of income is comparatively low. Now the equilibrium will be at this point, at this point, at this point, means LM curve will shift LM to LM dash. You can derive with increasing money supply, LM curve will shift downwardly because equilibrium point shift downwardly. And similarly, if the money supply decrease due to any factor, this is the decrease in money supply, decrease in money supply, and say this is the increase in money supply, increase in money supply. You can see very easily, what you can see. This is because of increasing money supply, increasing money supply, and this is because of decreasing money supply, LM double dash. That is because of decrease in money supply, decrease in money supply. Now you are clear, our LM curve can shift because of two factors. Increasing money supply will shift it downwardly, decreasing money supply will shift it inwardly. Now one point is clear, that is the monetary sector. How the monetary change the shape or position of LM curve. Now I will discuss fiscal area, that is fiscal area. How you can understand the fiscal area? Very easily, as I discuss with you, first the concept of investment. Suppose this is the rate of interest and say this is the level of investment. As you are going to decrease the rate of interest, investment will increase. This is the expansion in investment with decreasing rate of interest. Similarly, you can take the example of level of saving with increasing income. Suppose saving in actual is the function of both rate of interest and income. With increasing income, saving will increase. With increasing rate of interest, saving also increase. S represent saving, R represent rate of interest, Y represent income. Now you are clear about the concept. Suppose level of income is 100 rupees. Say this is the rate of interest. Say this is the savings. You can see at low rate of interest, saving is very low. But with increasing rate of interest, saving also increasing, equally increasing. That is the saving curve. If the level of income increase from 100 rupees to say 200 rupees, saving also increase at the same rate of interest. Priorly, if I take this rate of interest, saving at previous level is this one. Now the saving is higher. It means saving with increasing income and rate of interest. Now you are clear. Suppose income again increase 300 rupees, saving also increase from S dash to S double dash. Now 2 point is clear. What is the relationship of saving income and rate of interest? What is the relationship in investment and rate of interest? 2 point is clear. Now I integrate these two curves, that is saving and investment curve. Consider, suppose this is our rate of interest, say this is our level of income. No, this is say saving and investment, not level of income. Saving and investment. I represent here saving and investment, and as I priorly discussed with you, this is the investment curve, this is the saving and income curve. With increasing income from Y to Y dash, Y double dash, Y triple dash, income is increasing. Our saving also increasing, S to S dash, S double dash, S triple dash. This is the point of equilibrium, E dash, E double dash, E triple dash. Now I integrate this, that is the rate of interest at low rate of interest or triple dash, high, more high, and maximum high. Now you can derive the equilibrium between saving and investment curve on the basis of different level of income, and after then you can easily understand the crowding out and crowding in effect in an economy. And you can also analyze how the crowding in effect is affecting the level of income, output, employment opportunities through the diagram. After then you can understand in Indian economy very easily. Come on the issue. Suppose we are representing here one side rate of interest, other side level of income. This is say rate of interest. This is say rate of interest. Clear? Rate of interest and income level. Income priorly very low, high or more high. You can say this is y dash, y, y double dash and y triple dash. At low level of income y, rate of interest is very high, say R, and equilibrium is at this point. This is, they say, E. And further high level of income y dash, equilibrium at R dash. Now the equilibrium will be at this point. This is now at this point. This is the 3 points, that is R double dash, and this is say R triple dash. If I integrate these three curve, E dash, E double dash, E triple dash, this is IAS curve. Now think, if the government is increasing what? That is public investment in capital sector or capital expenditure by 10.5 lakh crore rupees. Now the IAS curve shift the outward and equilibrium shifting above side. This is R point is here, E dash point means E dash. This is say E dash point. This is say E double dash point. This is say E triple dash point. If you integrate these curve, that is the curve, what you will find, with same level of rate of interest or at a higher level of rate of interest, investment saving curve with increasing investment by the government will shift outwardly. With decreasing investment, it will shift downwardly. In this way, this is because of increasing capital expenditure of the government. Capital expenditure. This is decrease in capital expenditure or any expenditure, decrease in capital or any expenditure of the government. Now you are clear how the fiscal sector and how the monetary sector are working to each other with the help of IAS and LM curve. Now you can conclude that in our economy, IS curve represent the fiscal policy. Fiscal policy. You can see what is the meaning of fiscal policy in my other video, and you should go for the purpose the economica IAS YouTube channel. And any further query you can contact me 9999237051, my contact number. For the your kind information 9999237051, you can contact on this number for understanding any problem related to crowding in and crowding out effect in our economy. Come on the further, as I discussed with you, investment saving curve represent what? The fiscal policy. LM curve represent the monetary policy of the government of India or RBI. Monetary policy. Now you can understand the statement of finance minister given in the budget 2023-24, why crowding in effect were there. Now you can see on the basis of, suppose this is our IS curve, this is say LM curve, where they are intersecting to each other, determine the rate of interest, level of income, output and employment. This represent employment, income and output in our economy. Equilibrium suppose at E point. When public sector what? When the public sector investment in infrastructure increasing, then it will shift the IS curve from IS to IS dash, and this will be the equilibrium. Rate of interest is higher, level of income is also higher. If this extra expenditure managed by the government through taking the loan from RBI, that will further increase the money liquidity in the economy. Increasing money liquidity shift the LM curve downwardly, LM to LM dash. Now the final equilibrium will be at E double dash point. Rate of interest will be in market low from the initial rate of interest OR, and level of income, output and employment will be at Y triple dash. Why it is so? It is because of increasing profit possibilities due to capital expenditure by the government, motivating the private entrepreneur to invest more, and government managing its deficits or its expenditure through the RBI. It is equally increasing the liquidity in the market, which is decreasing the rate of interest. This decreasing rate of interest and increasing profit possibilities, there are the two factors. One, decreasing rate of interest. Second, increasing profit possibilities due to developed infrastructure, motivating the private sector investment. And increasing private sector investment is increasing what? Employment, output and income. Now you are clear what is the meaning, exact meaning of what? Crowding in effect. This is in actual what? That is crowding in effect. That is crowding in effect rather than crowding out effect. Crowding in effect in our economy. Now I can explain the similar way, crowding out effect. One thing is clear, what is crowding in? Now you can easily understand the crowding out effect. If the government say investment saving curve is this one, liquidity demand and supply curve is this one, equilibrium rate of interest is OR, level of income and output employment is equally OY, OQ, OA, and now the economy say in equilibrium at E point. Suppose government increase the revenue expenditure up to a higher level, increasing revenue of expenditure shift the IAS curve, increase the all things, rate of interest is increasing from OR to OR dash, level of national income also increasing, OY to OY dash, output OQ dash, employment OE dash. But when government is managing this extra expenditure, this is because of public expenditure or public revenue expenditure of the government. If these kinds of expenditure managed by the government by taking market borrowing, if that expenditure managed by the government by making market borrowing from commercial bank or it may be from people of India, then it will decrease the liquidity in the market, means money supply will decrease. That's why the LM curve will shift upwardly, LM to LM dash. Now the rate of interest will be higher in comparison to initial rate of interest OR, that is OR double dash, and now the economy will be finally in crowding out condition, means now the national income decrease by this one, that is Y to Y double dash. This is known as crowding out effect. Why this is crowding out? High rate of interest, low possibilities of profit, infrastructural deficiency, yet the demand of goods and services are increasing. But at a high rate of interest, no one private entrepreneur would like to invest because profit possibilities in this situation will be less than the what? Market rate of interest. In these conditions, they will out from the investment, and in this way, the decreasing private sector investment is decreasing the level of income, output and employment. This phenomena is known as crowding out effect. Now you are clear about the two concepts. Their thinking, their actual what is this concept is working, how it is working, that is the point. And you can understand with the help of data in our economy. As you can see, in the budget 2023-24, our unemployment rate, which was round about 7.2% in December 2022, reduced to 3.6% in December 2023. Level of national income, if you consider during the financial year 2022-23, growth rate of GDP was 7.2, and it is expected to be 79 2023-24, expected to be what? 7.3% higher than previous. level of unemployment is decreasing, output is increasing, and as you know today, our International Monetary Fund as well as World Bank declared that in coming 5 and 6 years, India's growth rate will be highest in the global economy. That kinds of perspective you can easily understand with the help of strategy of development of our present government economic policies. They are focusing on all over area: infrastructure development, social infrastructure development, welfare scheme of the government of India, is restructuring monetary sector, financial sector, everything is going to be restructured, and in this way boosting the economy through the crowding in effect. Thank you, student.